Monday, I was honored to participate at the United Nations on that anniversary with the Secretary General and ambassadors of Israel and Germany and other UN nations to recount what took place 75 years ago. And I'm not sure that my comments will add anything to what has already been discussed, except that I think, Dr. Lipstadt, you, I think for all of us, pointed out what is clear and evident, and that anti-Semitism at its very root is hate. And hate, sadly, has been a part of man's history from the very beginning. I'm hesitant to say it's a part of nature, our human nature, but it seems to have been a pattern, certainly. I note that what took place during the Holocaust was predated by the Armenian genocide, the first genocide in the 20th century, which was predated by horrific acts in the 19th and the 18th century. And you can go back, I'm a student of U.S. and world history, but to the Inquisition. The Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, in his comments marked about the own dark history in Portugal, when some of the most important members of the community who were Jewish were asked to either to leave during that Inquisition, that time period with Spain. They were rivals, but they had to live together, sort of, or to convert, which some of them did. My family's a reflection of that. We're Marrano. Or to go underground. And the Jews in Portugal did all of the above. Some left, some converted, and some went underground. But it gets back to hate. I had a dear friend whose mother was Dutch, and she wrote an interesting short story about the bicycle paths. These Dutch women who would ferry Jewish babies, and as the Nazi soldiers would pull them aside as they were off their bicycle with the little baby, they would, with guns pointed, urge them to demonstrate that that was their child by seeing whether or not those women could nurse the child. Part of your story, Dr. Munzer. And so I think when we talk about all of these points in history that go back thousands of years, it gets back to hate. How do we combat hate? Dr. King said, hate can only be overcome by love, to paraphrase him. We've got to figure out a better way to deal with it.